Hello friends, my name is Masood. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the history of AWS. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in web services and you want to know about that how the AWS or Amazon Web Services started. So today's topic is very interesting for you. So let's start, friend. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you. Also, you can follow me on the Facebook page and Instagram as well. So friend, there are lots of stories about the formation of AWS, but this much we know that 10 years ago Amazon Web Services, the cloud infrastructure as a service arm of Amazon.com, was launched with little fanfare as a side business for Amazon.com. Today, it's a highly successful company in its own right, riding a remarkable 10 billion run rate. In fact, according to data from Synergy Research, in the decade since its launch, AWS has grown into the most successful cloud infrastructure company on the planet, garnering more than 30% of the market. That's more than its three closest rivals, Microsoft, IBM, and Google combined. So, what you may not know is that the roots for the ideas of AWS go back to the 2000 time frame, when Amazon was a far different company than it is today. Simply an e-commerce company struggling with scale problem. Those issues forced the company to build some solid internal systems to deal with the hyper growth it was experiencing, and that laid the foundation for what would become AWS. It began way back in the 2000 time frame, when the company wanted to launch an e-commerce service called merchant.com to help third-party merchants like Target or Marks and Spencer build online shopping sites on top of the Amazon's e-commerce engine. It turned out to be a lot harder than they thought to build an external development platform, because like many startups, when it launched in 1994, it didn't really plan well for future requirements. Instead of an organized development environment, they had unknowingly created a jumbled mess that made it a huge challenge to separate the various services to make a centralized development platform that would be useful for third parties. At that point, the company took its first step toward building the AWS business by untangling that mess into a set of well documented APIs, while it drove the smoother development of merchant.com. It also served the internal developer audience well too, and it set the stage for a much more organized and disciplined way of developing tools internally going forward. We expected all the teams internally from that point on to build in a decoupled API access fashion, and then all of the internal team inside of Amazon expected to be able to consume their peer internal development team services in that way. So very quietly around 2000, they become a service company with really no fanfare. At about the same time, the company was growing quickly and hiring new software engineers, yet they were still finding, in spite of the additional people, they were not building applications any faster. When Jesse, who was Amazon's CEO, Jeff Bezos' chief of staff at that time, dug into the problem, he found a running complaint. The executive team expected a project to take 3 months, but it was taking 3 months just to build the database, compute or storage component. Everyone was building their own resources for an individual project with a thought to scale or reuse. The internal teams at Amazon required a set of common infrastructure services everyone could access without reinventing the wheel every time, and that's precisely what Amazon set out to build, and that's when they began to realize they might have something bigger. Now, if we talk about in detail, actually from in 2003, Chris Pingham and Benjamin Black presented a paper on how Amazon's own internal infrastructure should look like. They suggested to sell it as a service and prepared a business case on it. They prepared a 6-page document and had a look over it to proceed with it or not. They decided to proceed with the documentation. In 2004, the SQS stands for Simple Queue Service was officially launched in 2004. A team launched this service in Cape Town, South Africa. 2006, AWS Amazon Web Services was officially launched. In 2007, over 180,000 developers had signed up for the AWS. In 2010, Amazon.com retail web services were moved to AWS, that is, Amazon.com is now running on AWS. 2011, AWS suffered from some major problem. Some part of volume of EBS, Elastic Block Store, was stuck and were unable to read and write requests. It took 2 days for the problem to get resolved. 2012, AWS hosted a first customer event known as reInvent Conference. First reInvent Conference occurred in which new products were launched. In AWS, another major problem occurred that affects many popular sites such as Pinterest, Reddit and Foursquare. In 2013, certifications were launched. AWS started a certification program for software engineers who had expertise in cloud computing. In 2014, AWS committed to achieve 100% renewable energy usage for its global footprint. 2015, AWS breaks its revenue and reached to $6 billion USD per annum. The revenue was growing 90% every year. 2016, revenue doubled and reached 113 billion USD per annum. 2017, AWS reInvent releases to host artificial intelligence services, due to which revenue of AWS doubled and reached 27 billion USD per annum. In 2018, AWS launched a machine learning specially certs. It heavily focused on automating artificial intelligence and machine learning. So friend, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching this video. Thank you friends.